wine cake.
Welcome back to POV Italian Cooking, where you see cooking from my point of view. Get dog back or dog toy now. Today we are making wine cakes. Dog just took that toy and ran away. We're making wine cake. It's called wine cake because, oddly enough, it has wine in it. What it has in it...
Because it's got wines.
What it has in it is Vin Santos. Vin Santos is an Italian dessert wine. It only has about 1/3 of a cup. It's a simple cake, no frosting, in a bundt pan. So let's take a look at our ingredients. We're going to start with 3 eggs, and then we're going to have 2 3/4 sticks of butter softened. So as you can tell, this is going to be a very low calorie, low fat cake. 1 1/3 cups of sugar, 1 1/3 cups of flour, 1 1/3 cups of ricotta cheese. We're going to use the confectionery sugar to kind of sprinkle on the top. We're going to use 1/3 cup of Vin Santos, which is an Italian dessert wine. And we're going to use 2 teaspoons of baking powder. So, and this is going to go into a bundt cake. The bundt cake, we're going to butter and then flour the bundt cake so it'll come out of there easier. So, I'm not much of a baker, so we're gonna see how well we can do this. So I'm going to break away and try to get some of the ingredients not really ready, but semi-prepared, and I'll show you how to mix everything up. Okay, our first step is we are going to put our sugar, which is 1 1/3 cup of sugar, 1 1/3 cup of ricotta, and our butter in a pan. Again, our butter is 2 3/4 cups, not 2 cups, 2 3/4 sticks of butter, softened. Again, our low fat wine cake, and we are just going to mix this until fluffy. So we're just going to kind of stir it up until we get it all incorporated. You know what I should have done is I have this wonderful KitchenAid mixer which would stir the crap out of this until it's fluffy, but like an idiot, here I stand with a wooden spoon. Everything's incorporated. So I'm going to rearrange. We'll be right back. Okay, the next step is we're going to beat in the eggs one at a time. Again, we're using 3 eggs. So we'll crack our egg, put it in, we'll get it incorporated. And again, we're going to do this for each of our eggs. Get everything mixed in. Get egg number 2 incorporated into our wonderful batter. Now the ricotta in this is going to make this cake fluffy. Ricotta cheese will also make it a very moist cake, give it some body, and ricotta is sweet. So with this and the sugar, we should have a really nice sweet cake. Okay, eggs incorporated. Now that our eggs are incorporated, we're going to put in 1/3 cup of our Vin Santos wine. Now Vin Santos is an Italian dessert wine. If you've never had it, it starts like a grape. It starts like a raisin when you drink it. It really has a raisiny taste, but it finishes really, really buttery. So we're going to get that incorporated. Now, if the Vin Santos wine can be hard to find, if you can't find it, you can use another kind of dessert wine. But if you live in the Columbus area, you can find Vin Santos at Anderson's. They have an amazing wine department. But I'll tell you, it's not in the Italian wine section, it's over in the dessert wines. So we've got our Vin Santos incorporated. We're going to break away, clean up, we'll be right back. Okay, next thing we've got to do is sift our flour. Why sift flour? Well, for one, it's going to help it mix in with this baking powder. We're going to use 2 teaspoons of baking powder. We're going to kind of just quickly mix that together. Then we're going to sift it. Why do you sift? It's going to mix that a little better. And also, with sifting, it makes your flour kind of puts a little air into it and makes it really fluffy. And we want this cake to be really, really fluffy. So again, it's 1 1/3 cup of flour. 2 teaspoons of baking powder. We're going to sift it. I'm going to get this done. Look, you know, because I'm sure that's really exciting to watch. But I'm going to get this sifted, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, we have our flour sifted. You can see here it looks really, really fluffy. So what we're going to do is we're going to slowly stir that in to our mixture here. Take our good old time. And again, had I started with my KitchenAid mixer, I would just be pouring it into there. So if you have a KitchenAid, use your tools. Use the best tool for the job. Again, my head's up. It's been one of those days where I've dropped everything. Nothing's went right. The other items that I'm making, it was just a bad day. We went to the store, forgot half the things we needed, so we had to go back to the store, and that was after leaving at like 11 o'clock this morning to do all of our shopping, getting back at 2:30 and still forgetting things. So I've got our flour and baking powder mix here mixed in, but anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of this incorporated slowly and be right back. All right, so we have mixed in our flour slowly. You can see it looks real fluffy. I switched to a rubber spatula about halfway through. So what we're going to do is we've got our bundt pan buttered real heavily, and then we do some flour in it. That's going to make it a lot easier to get this out. Now, this may be hard for me to get the camera right and to do this, so I apologize. It might be a little hard to see. What we want to do is kind of put this in our bundt pan, spin it, just because of the way I'm trying to hold everything. Spin it because we want to make it nice and even all the way around. And get all this incorporated right in the bowl. Try to scrape best I can while holding the camera. This isn't real easy. Now I'm trying to do a couple things to improve what we're doing. I've got some lights ordered. I'm looking at buying another camera so we can kind of do dual shots. Of course, we're always going to do the POV, but for my other shots right now I have one camera and I'm switching back and forth, and it's making it a little difficult. And on some shots it would be nice to have 2 different views. So it's pretty much everything out of our bundt, or into our bundt. So what we're going to do is just even everything out here, because I've got a little bit more on this side. We're going to get all this level. Look at that. That looks good. Kind of shake it back and forth. Tap it like that, and that will finish evening it out for us. Now, this goes in the oven at 350 degrees for 30 minutes. So let's go over here, throw her in the oven, set our timer, and we're rocking and rolling. 30 minutes. We're going to come back and check on this. Okay, our wine cake is cool, and you can see it's pulled away from the edges of our pan, so this is ready to turn. Now this is going to be an experience because I've never done this before. Again, I don't tend to bake, I tend to be a cooker. So what it says is that you can just flip this and it'll come right out. We'll see if I'm doing it. Oh, I heard it flop. All right, so let's see. Oh my gosh, I did it right. Look at that. Now, I'm going to grab the confectionery sugar and show you how to sprinkle sugar on the top of this. Okay, so I've got our confectionery sugar. What I did is I just put a couple tablespoons here in a strainer. You guys, you can use any strainer. And then all you do to get a good dusting of confectionery sugar is you just kind of tap the side of your strainer. You can see here that it just kind of, it snows on your cake. Now, I've seen a lot of people, they'll even do like a cardboard cutout, and you know, that way they can kind of do this, you know, put the cardboard cutout in, then snow on the cake, and then pull it back, and you got a little design on your cake. So there is our wine cake. Now we're going to get this plated up with some vanilla bean ice cream, and we'll be right back. We have our cake plated. Now I've got a little bit of vanilla bean ice cream. You got to see that. Look at that. Doesn't that look really, really good? Let's give this a try. I'm just going to try the cake first because, oh wow, really. This is really good. it almost has a vanilla flavor, and there's no vanilla in it. None at all. I was going, I'm eating my mouth. We can hear my wife laughing in the background. If I were going to make this again, I would put vanilla in it. It would step the game up, make it even more rich. It's pretty darn good how it is. So, wine cake.
It's good.
With vanilla bean ice cream and red wine. What a meal. But thanks for watching POV Italian. And don't forget to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, connect with us on LinkedIn, follow us on Instagram. Most importantly, subscribe on YouTube. So watch for future episodes of POV Italian. And again, thanks for watching. Ciao.